Okay, so a new section, and we'll start this section by building a note-taking app. I like to call it as a sticky note-taking app. You all know that sticky notes are really powerful and quite a famous everywhere. So we'll not do that kind of stuff, but it will be certainly a good point to get started. And also, in the meantime, I'll share a couple of tricks that I like to use because I'm not that much good with the graphics and maybe or web development or something like that. I'll assume that. So I'll hit a create new Xcode project, multi-detail application or master detail application, and I'll call it as sticky and sticky notes. And I should be typing it correctly, sticky notes, and next, and you might want to create a Git repository for that because it's a kind of a big one, and I'll try to have a create, but again, I'll not teach you right now what the Git repository is, but again, depends on the request. I can make a couple of videos on that as well, but again, everything depends on your request. And let's just create that, and here we have. So the first thing that might be coming onto your mind is let's run this, and you can run that. My iPhone 5 simulator is already up and running. I would like to run this app on that. And where is my simulator? It was here somewhere. And here it is. And we can see that it's good, not very massively good. But if I hit Command Shift and H, you can see the first thing that any user might be noticing on your app is the app icon. And I said in the previous movie that the icon you should be providing, first of all, you need to take a look at HIG, the Human Interface Guideline, for all of the records about how much your icon should be big or what size it should be, what should be done, what should not be done. Okay, so first thing is first, let's have an icon. I would go into the app assets, and here we can see that app icon is there. It's asking me for a couple of icons. Of course, I can at any time I can move on to the inspect element and can choose later on and all of that. But right now, what I'm interested in is the sticky notes. And what I'll be doing is I'll bring up the notes. And how did I did that? Now, I was very lazy in that, and I did download a picture from the internet, then moved on to this website, the makeappicon.com. It can create icons for your Android and iOS device, and you should be giving a best resolution of this kind of image. Then just drag and drop your image out here, and it will mail you all the icons. Let me show you what I got from in the mail. And here is our guy. And notice it has got all the markings and everything. Even the naming is being set according to me, like @2x and @. But again, if you don't name it accordingly, still it will work. But I would say name it like that. And inside that, there are some other icons as well. So it says 29 ones, the small one. Now it names them as a small, but I can actually have that. So if I would like to have a small icon, 3 and 2x, now notice what will happen. I'm choosing the 3 ones. If I drag and drop all 3s, it will just convert them into the 1. And here it goes. And notice it's a stack of 3, which converts it all them. So everything is being placed out there. Now it says, give me again for 29 points, the 40 points and all of that. So where did that go? And here it is. And now I would like to give it for the 40. So I can place them as well for the spotlights and all of that. So or you can do just like that. Dragging and dropping if you like that. I like this approach quite a lot. And the next is 40. So it would be 40 for 2x would be like this, and 3x would be like this. And then we need the 61. So it's not there. Yes, it's there. It's here for the 2x and for the 3x. Okay, so we are good to go, but you can place all of them. There are a set for all of that. I'll move that guy out here on the screen. And I would like to save this, and I would like to run that again to see if my app icons are working great for the sticky notes or not. I'll hit Command Shift and H. And you can see it's looking good. Not that much really, but it's working right now for us. So let's just stop it. And what we can do next is make sure that our interface is working according to us, because that's the name of the movie. We are going to set our app icons, and we are going to do a little bit tickings on the main storyboard. Hey guy, get out of here. You also, and you also right now. So I'm using a mouse to scroll it around. And what I want to do right now is I want to make a sticky note app. So you can see This is not making much sense out here. Only thing editing we want to do in the master and the detail. So I would like to go in the master, and I'll double click here and I'll name my app as Sticky Notes. Good so far, nothing much fancy. And in the detail, I'll just like to call them as notes or a note. Or a note will be not a moat, a note. And that's it. It would be working great. Also, I would like to get rid of this guy. I don't want a single label out here, so I would like to hit the delete key on my keyboard. And there we go. I broke my application, because definitely this would be having many linking from the detail view controller. And I broke that. I was having a label and this broke my application. I'll not be too much worried about that for a moment. And I'll get this guy. And I would like to have a text view, so I'll just have a UI text view. Now you can also have a UI, just can type like text view. I'm kind of habitual of typing UI everywhere. So hey, where did that go? Okay, so it's taking a little bit time. And I would like to place it here. And then I would like to drag and drop and ask it to take the entire screen. Okay. Now I can apply a couple of rules for it. First of all, I would like to get rid of this, hitting the delete key. And you can see I have selected this view. I would like to go in the inspector mode and make sure that the text view is there so that I can be double sure. And then I can put the constraints on it like this, and this. Make it sure it fills out everywhere. And just add the 4 constraints out here. And hey, my toolbar is not going out anywhere. And I would like to just say, hitting out here and bringing, hey, and there you go. My toolbar was making a mess for me. And again, I have to make sure that this is selected as a text view. And this time I'll be a little bit more careful. Pin it to everywhere I want it to be centered and add 4 constraints, all blue. Okay, but we are not done yet. I would like to bring back this guy. And I'm not in the right file, so I'll hit the automatic, manual, sticky notes, and I would like to go into the detail view controller.swift. Okay, so you can move just like that. And inside that, I would like to go in the A note, and notice this is broken. And this is also not UI label anymore. So it is now UI text view, and this is it. Okay. Save that, but still it's not linked up. So what we can do to link it up, just click and drag. And that's it. The round circle is being filled up and we have done. Time to save the app, and it's a good time to run it. And yes, let's run this. This is my favorite part. And it's running. Where is my simulator gone again? And it will come automatically. I don't need to look for, because my interface is kind of filled up. So our app is running, doing nothing much fancy, but still it's working. We have made a couple of changes, but it's not that much very fancy or anything like that. So you can see previously it was coming at the center. Now it's coming on to the top. So we are good to go right now. It's not breaking it apart. And if I move it to out here and move it on to the first one, looks good. Good to me. And bringing that guy, hey, just come on. It is not rotating. And here we go. Okay, good so far. Okay, so we have done quite a lot in this movie. Nothing much actually with the code, but we have set our interface. Again, a simple task that you can perform is before putting this UI view controller, you could have placed a background image. This could have looked much more better, but I would leave these small tasks to you. Now, what I'll be doing next is I'll be building the entire application, because bringing up an application in front of you can be a little tricky, because sometimes it breaks, and obviously it is going to broke. So I'll give you all the hints what I did from the next movie onwards, and then you can also play along with me. So good to go. And of course, I would say that try it. If you are not going to break an app, you are not going to build an app, and it's a good point to get started. Let's move on to the next movie.